Hey, how's it going? I just have a really quick video today. Unfortunately, I wanted to get some more work done this past weekend to record. Wasn't able to get over to the hangar, just had other things come up. But I wanted to get something out to you, show you a little bit more progress. So I did have something that I could show you this week. That is, when I did the video talking about the engine preservation, going through the engine preservation kit, I mentioned that the kit had everything that you needed in order to preserve the engine. However, if you went into the video, you did see I mentioned that there was one item that was missing that I didn't realize when I got the kit. That was my own fault. I actually intended to thoroughly review the Continental Service Bulletin before getting into the project, and I didn't. I had to do it kind of day of. And that's when I found that one thing the Continental Service Bulletin calls for that the kit did not include was plugs for the lower spark plug holes, right? So the Continental Service Bulletin has you remove all the spark plugs. The top spark plug holes are filled with the desiccant plugs that do come in the kit, but the bottom spark plug holes, there was nothing to fill those. On the day of, I just went ahead and duct taped those over, but I obviously wanted a more permanent solution. I did look up the part number called for in the Continental Service Bulletin, and I could not find anything available for sale anywhere with that exact part number. However, threads are threads, and it's a standard thing. So these plugs, at least on the Continental C85, are a M18 1.5 millimeter pitch. So I just went on Amazon, I looked, and sure enough, I found these little plastic yellow plugs. Just convenient that they're yellow. I will post the link in the description to where you can buy these, but this is the exact same thread as the spark plugs. It's got a little rubber gasket on there, and what's kind of nice is it's got a hex head on there, as well as set within the hex head, there's a groove for if you just want to use a flathead screwdriver or a hex head to put these in. So these are what I bought. They came in a set of 5. So if you have a 4-cylinder engine, one kit is enough with one extra. If you're doing a 6-cylinder engine, you'll need to buy 2 because of course you'll need one for each cylinder. But yeah, that's what I bought. And now I'll show you exactly how they are on the engine. If you get a chance, if you could just click the like button, maybe give me a subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely leave a comment below the video. All those things help me out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm and helping more people see this content. So I really, again, appreciate you being here, and anything that you can do to help me out is also greatly appreciated. All right, so nothing cosmic here. You can just see this is the lower spark plug hole, and I got plenty of access to put those in. But yeah, those plugs, obviously not the original part number called for by Continental, but let's face it, a plug's a plug. This is nothing special, and it's obviously going to be removed before the airplane is back in service. So its function is just to keep those sealed up so that the desiccant can do its thing. And speaking of which, I will mention it's been about not quite a month since I preserved the engine, and I don't know how well this is going to turn up on film, but you can see the desiccant in these plugs is starting to turn colors. It's starting to go from blue to pink, so it's kind of a purplish color right now. So probably here in the next week or so, I will get some fresh desiccant. I have a container at home, and open these things up and swap out the desiccant in them. So I will certainly do a video showing that as well. When I do that, I think I've talked about this before, but basically anytime I'm going to change out the desiccant in these plugs, I will also change out the desiccant packs that I have in the exhaust and the intake, because the desiccant packs in the exhaust and intake are not color changing. You can't see the desiccant inside. So there's no way to really tell when those are used up or not. More than likely, they have a lot more desiccant in those. More than likely, those are fine, but just because I can't tell, I'm going to use these as an indicator for when I should also swap out the desiccant packs in the intake and exhaust. So that is my plan, and that will be the subject of an upcoming video here in the next week or two.